Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, today we have finally got the Flysky Noble NB4 Plus, and thanks UPS for taking 3 weeks to get this to me, but they got it here in end. So, this is the new replacement for the NB4, and hopefully this has addressed a few of the issues that people, or should I say a wish list that people had for the original NB4. So let's bring in for a close-up look and see what's changed on this thing. So first off, we have the box that it comes in. There's not an awful lot of information on here, a few warnings on bottom, and this is the EN version. So much like the Noble Pro, there are now different versions, so make sure if you're ordering one of these you get the version for your region. So we do on the box have the little cover that you can scratch and it'll give you a security code. Make sure you've got a genuine transmitter, and it is a really nice looking box. We got like a laser finish on the writing and a really nice drawer that slides out. So right from the get-go you've got a very premium experience of unboxing this transmitter. So from the unboxing, we've got the rather nice sort of laser etched outline of the NB4 Plus. We get some nice Flysky stickers, can never have too many stickers. We get the actual transmitter itself, which this looks exactly the same as the other transmitters externally, so looks same dimensions and everything as the NB4 and the Pro. Main difference on the actual casing itself, we've now got a removable rubber grip but also a quick release battery system inside, so you no longer have to take the transmitter apart to swap the 18650 out. The 18650 itself has been upgraded from 2600 mAh to 3450, so on one charge from the base, the actual transmitter itself will last a lot longer. So looking further into the actual packaging, we now have the base battery that is 3400 mAh, but it's also been upgraded to USB-C. Now this allows for other functionality, so you can also now have a trainer mode, where if you connect another transmitter via this cable, you can then use one as a master and one as a slave, and it also enables head tracking devices, so you can use the head tracking device connected into the USB-C, and then that will forward the controls off to your RC. One of the options that I've seen a few people, it's quite a niche thing, but I've seen a few people say they would like the ability to use head tracking, and it also brings it in line with the EU regs that all these devices have now got to be USB-C. So the accessory pack that it comes with, we now have a really nice high quality USB-C cable. So you've got USB type A for the PC, USB-C for the actual transmitter. It comes with the FGR4B receiver, so you've got the battery monitoring cable and everything on that, and it's an enhanced receiver. Nice to see it also comes with some optional springs. So we have a soft spring and a hard spring that you can swap out. We've got the alternative grip, so you do get a larger and a smaller grip for the rear. We get a bunch of alternative actual triggers. So we get a large, a small, I'm not sure if that's just the medium that's not marked, but the medium one is actually on there. You do get a screen protector already fitted on the transmitter itself, but you get another few chucked in box. And we do get the quick start guide. It does show you how you change your battery, how you change the tensioning on the actual transmitter itself without changing the spring, and does tell you how to get your base battery off and everything. So it is quite a good little manual. but you can also go to Flysky's site and download the full manual, and also if there is any software updates and things get added to the manual, then obviously your paper manual doesn't get all them. It does tell you how to change your springs. I have done videos on how to change the various springs in the transmitters, but it is quite a comprehensive little manual. Let's get this thing powered up and see what else has changed. So for the transmitter itself, when you want to put your base battery on, you're just going to line it up and just slide forward. That locks it into place. The actual handle itself, you can just move it to whatever position, left or right, that you actually want. The actual wheel on this one has been upgraded, and we have a very nice looking aluminium wheel. The foam feels really nice, really positive. You got a fake little rotor and caliper in there, but yeah, does look really nice. It gives a really premium feel to this new transmitter. So to power the radio on itself, we just hold the top button. We're greeted with a new layout screen, which is much more similar to what we have on the actual Noble Pro itself. So let's get this screen protector off, or the cover for the screen protector. So you power your radio on with the button at the top. If you then want to charge it, you press the button on the bottom, and I can actually, now it's out the packet, I can see the S. So this is the smaller grip that it comes with, and you do get a larger one in the actual box. So once this is on, it will power the radio. I know when the NB4 first come out, there were a few people confused as to which button does what, but I have had to fix a couple of Flysky radios because people force these buttons in. And I don't understand why, because they've been forced in with such a force, it's ripped the button off the circuit board. And I think it's because there's purposely a delay when you turn them on. So you just gently press it, and I think people are just pressing it harder and harder because they're thinking it's not come on straight away, it's the boot time of the radio. But we are greeted with a much more colourful display than the actual NB4. We've got quite a lot of options on the radio, and this UI is much closer to the actual Noble Pro. So if you've got any of the iBus 2 devices, it's already set up to work with them. You've also got your trainer mode, so you need your USB cable in to go into the trainer modes. We've got various different backdrops that we can choose. It fully supports the INR4, so the SVC. Few changes from the actual NB4. So this has got USB setup that you can change between USB functionality and trainer mode. You've also got themes, so you can change the actual colour of all the radio. And we've also got wallpaper, so you can set the home screen, so you've got the car, a character or scenery, or you can have none at all. And we can set that for the home screen and the main menu. We do have the ability to change it into metric or imperial, Fahrenheit or Celsius. The backlight has been changed on this one, so it's a much brighter screen. So if we drop this all the way down to 20%, but it will go considerably brighter than what the NB4 original did. So if we just grab the NB4, you can see the difference in the screen. So if we go into the same settings, so if we go into backlight, max brightness, so a bit difficult to tell because of the different themes, but I'm not sure how well this will show up on camera either. But this screen is considerably brighter than this. So if we back out into as menus, you can see it's a lot easier to see, be a lot easier to see in direct sunlight. A few of the other things that have changed, so we've also got channel names now on these. So rather than just be able to assign a channel, we can actually go in, and if you press this menu at the bottom, you've got a whole bunch of predefined options. So if we were looking for like your lights or anything like that, winch, which is still capstan, I don't know why they've not changed that to winch, but same on the Pro. But if we select like front diff, you've got the option of the front diff being open. You can reverse it in case your channel is reversed and it's saying it's open when it's not. You don't have that option on here. So on here, you just have the readout of where the actual channel is. So although you've got some idea, if we back out on this one, channel 3 will now say diff locked or unlocked. So if we go in and let's see, if we assign that button, that, go to function, assign it to diff. So when I change it, we've got diff open, diff locked, rather than having the actual channel position, which I find, especially for rock crawlers on the Noble Pro, I've got the TRX4 set up with diff locks, lights, everything, and rather than the channel permit positions, you can actually have the name of the channel and what it's doing. And for diff locks and things like that, I find it absolutely brilliant. So yeah, really nice to see that that's been added to the NB4 Plus. If we go into our model memories, so let's change this to one that I don't mind scrapping. So also, model memory wise, if we look on the standard NB4 and the Pro, we've only got 20 model memories. We've got 25 on the NB4 Plus. But if we stay in model memory, channel number definitions I've now changed. So we've got the ultra low latency mode that you don't get on the NB4. You now get it on the Plus to bring it more in line with the Pro. Still got a limit of 8 channels, so if you're wanting more than 8, you're still going to need the Pro. Radio frequency setup. We have got one-way, two-way and the Mini Z Evos. We've also got extra options for the new Evo on the NB4 Plus. You can customize menu, which you could do on the original one. So we've still got our bind setup, exactly the same. If we go to the receiver update, so we've still got all our receivers that we can update. But yeah, it's a nice looking transmitter. It's a brighter screen. We've got the option of being able to change the battery without taking the transmitter apart. You've got a much more closer looking menu system to the Pro. Over the NB4, you've got a bigger battery in the actual handle itself. You've got USB-C instead of micro USB. And you can also do the trainer mode and the head tracking. We can rename our channels. We can rearrange how the actual screen's set out. You can add and remove sensors. And also a big plus is we now have the option to record data, which you don't have on the standard NB4. We don't have data record. So you can actually do data logging on this now, same as the Pro. Especially useful if you're trying to track your top speed or anything like that and you've got the relevant sensors set up. But yeah, overall, a really, really nice transmitter. It's a nice upgrade. It now makes the NB4 just that bit better, and you've still got the really nice high quality feel. Now, the tough one for me is if you have an NB4, should you upgrade to the Pro? Now, the price at the moment is still a little up in the air. At the minute, we have a link on Banggood, which is selling this for a pre-order price of around £250, and the NB4 can be had for around £170. Now, if you really need the head tracking function, the ability to sign the channels names and functionality on the screen, if you need the trainer mode, then maybe this will be a better transmitter for you. If you need the ultra low latency mode, which would be very useful if you're racing at really high level, it's a cheaper option than the Pro, but at £250 it's a big jump from the 170. Now, officially from Flysky, they said the price increase was only going to be a small increase, but I've yet to see any official prices other than what's advertised on Banggood. And if we bring the Pro into the equation, so on this, the only option you don't have is the USB-C and the quick swap out battery. So yes, you can't do head tracking on this one. The big difference is on this, you've got 18 channels. You've also got added functionality when we go into the menus to set things up. So rather than just one function, which, let's get it to the same menu. So as you can see, rather than just one function, you can select two functions to each button or trigger. So there's definitely things that the Pro can do that the Plus can't. But we're in a weird situation where there's things the Plus can do, like head tracking and the trainer mode, that's not available on the Pro. But price-wise, you can get these for $360, and these are advertised currently at $251. So really depends on the functionality and choosing exactly what functions you need. I would say if you are a serious racer, then this is pretty much going to cover everything. If you're into your heavily modified crawlers where you need more than 8 channels, then the Pro is definitely the way to go. If you've got an NB4 and it does every single thing you want and you're not interested in any of these new features, this is still an absolute cracking radio. But it really comes down to how much you want to spend and what the actual feature set is that you're looking for. But hopefully that covers just about anything that you've got question wise. The major changes I've listed, so just quickly I'll see if I can run through them. So your main changes are, you've got a 3400 mAh easier to remove battery in the Plus. You've got the USB-C that enables head tracking and also enables the trainer mode. You now have data logging added. We've got the customization of the channel names, so you can see what that channel's actually doing rather than just the bar readout. We've got a few more options on the Mini Zs. We've got the new updated menu to match or bring it more in line with the Pro itself. We've got the upgraded wheel, so you do have a different wheel style to any of the other transmitters. We've got 5 extra model memories, which may be really important to you. But up to now, that is pretty much the differences between them, and only yourselves can work out which one is best for you. If there is any questions, then please pop them below and I'll do my best to answer. And any comparisons, these all run the same receivers, so as far as I'm aware, there's no issues upgrading from that to that and just bind your transmitter back. At the minute, I don't believe Assistant V3 has been updated to work with this transmitter, so you may have a problem if you're going to try and back your memories up and then try and restore them to this, because I don't believe Assistant at the minute will pick this transmitter up. So hopefully when the transmitter is widely available, we'll get an update to Assistant. And please, Flysky, make Assistant quicker. I know it's the one of my biggest bugbears. But that's just a quick look, quick introduction, show you what's changed, and hopefully that will help guide you in your decision of which of the Flysky transmitters is for you. You don't get the wireless charging that you get on the Pro as well. So other options that you get on the Pro that you don't on the Plus or the NB4. But let's wrap this one up. So there we have it, the all new Flysky NB4 Plus, and it seems to be a nice step in the right direction. It brings it in line with the EU regs for USB-C. We've got a bit of added functionality. I know quite a few people were asking for more model memories, so you've got 25 on here now. A lot of people are asking for a brighter screen. We've also got that, and it's a cheaper option than the Pro, but until we get these prices finalised and I see what they're actually going for, it's a bit hard to sort of really tell you which transmitter to go for or give you any sort of information on that. I know when the Pro first come out, I was seeing them advertised at £600–700, which quickly dropped to £400 in UK, and then a few places are now advertising them at around £360-ish. You can get them for, depending on where you're looking. But £360 to £400 for the Pro it is. In fact, let's just grab it. It is a very difficult to beat transmitter. I mean, I've been saying for a long time it's every bit as good as the top end Sanwa and Futaba, and now we're seeing pro race drivers racing and winning with it, which kind of disproved anybody's sort of theories saying, oh, you can't use Flysky, you can't be competitive. I've won plenty of race events with this, and I'm sure the pros are just going to win as many as they did with any other transmitter. The quality of them feels brilliant, whichever one you go for. And the reliability, I've never had signal issues or anything. As with any RF radio, depending on where you put your receiver and other factors, interference and that, you can have issues with any of them if you've got things connected wrong, things not set up right. But as in racing, I've been at very busy events, never had an issue with one of my Flysky transmitters, and I know multiple other guys now which have swapped to the Pros, the NB4s, and will probably now be upgrading to the NB4 Plus, and none of them get any issues at the track. It is a strange one. I've seen people say, oh, you can't use Flysky controllers at a racetrack. They're all homologated and everything. Yes, you can. They can't stop you. And no, they don't cause interference with other brands. If you've got a different brand and you're getting interference, the way 2.4 gigs works, it's a fault on your own kit, not the person that's turned up at your track with a different transmitter. Not saying that some of the brands do transmitters that have a lot greater distance on them and don't follow the actual regulations. I can see them being rejected at tracks. But yeah, as for the Flysky radios, these are all homologated, FCC regs, everything. So they do exactly what they should. I'm sure this is going to be a popular transmitter. I love the fact we've got bigger battery, easier to remove battery, And yeah, it looks like Flysky's actually listened to the customers of the bugbears or a wish list, and they've just updated the NB4 to be what people were asking for. But only time will tell on its popularity, and you guys have to decide for yourself whether the added functions are worth you upgrading from your trusty NB4, which I've had for quite a long time now, and this has been faultless. It really has been a cracking radio. But only you can decide if you're ready to upgrade. I mean, you can always sell your NB4, so it's not like you've lost every penny you've spent on it, and put that to an NB4 Plus. Or you can carry on using your NB4. They're a cracking controller. And then when you're ready, you can swap. Or just carry on running it forever. They're pretty solid radios. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share to friends and family. And catch you guys again in the next one.